Oh, yeah, whatever you need. I don't. I don't. I hear the guys. I hear you a little bit, but just because you're sitting next to me, I don't hear anything in here actually. I don't. Yeah, I don't think this thing will help actually. No, I think it can still end up here because it's like the wind, you know. So I would say we just, I would just fix it and maybe turn it, just let it flow, but maybe not just at us because I think it will still be heard in the microphones. Ma potete fermarlo così che non si gira, ma tipo, esatto, che tipo punta da qualche parte, ma non su di noi. Yeah, sure. It's Colli and Casper. Colli, Casper. Eh? No, stanno cercando di lanciarci adesso. Ancora no. So just to make sure the viewers will not hear the players as well because it's the mics that are not working, right? So we don't have to be afraid of like getting overlapped with them. Okay. Okay, okay. Ma voi state commentando la stessa partita o l'altra? Sempre Colli? Con Casper? Ciao. Martin, ma te ne mangi? Ma poretto, se non mangia mai. Mangi la pinza, Martin. Beh, non mi dirà. Che cosa, scusa? Questa? Questa? Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to Chambra for the second draw of the Trentino Curling World Cup. It's 2 p.m. in Italy, and we're watching the game between Team Casper from the US and Team Colli from Italy. My name is Ekaterina Galkina, and today I'll be commentating this game for you alongside European champion, World Championship silver medalist Wolfgang Burba. Hello, Wolfie.
Hello, Katerina. Yeah, it's great to be here. So I'm really appreciated that I do my first comments here. Yeah, so it will be a great game we're enjoying.
Yeah, always a time for the first time. So congrats on that one. Yeah, we have to apologize for a slight delay in the transmission. I've had to resolve some technical issues here. As you can see, it's the first end of the game we're watching right now, and it's Team US that is delivering the rock. Two red rocks belonging to Team Italy are now in the house along the center line, so yeah, it's a double takeout, should be at least, for Team Casper in order to save two rocks. That one did not curl enough. Tried to roll the shooter just to hide it behind the guard. Yeah, not a little dangerous situation for the Italian team that obviously is not happy to get this like 2 points for the opponent on the scoreboard right away.
Yeah, so it's not a dangerous situation for from Italy. So if they hit and stay, and then it's a good position for them. Then they sit by 2 stones, and that's good. That's a good position. It was a good shot by Team Colli. So they rolled in a little bit. So yeah, the US guys doing a good rock, and they played a double takeout and still sit. And they still sit too, which is perfect. It's not easy. But the ice curl so fantastic. Yeah, so yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, there's been a lot of work done with the ice surface just to make sure.
No,
Yeah, so this is a wrap for the first end. Just, yeah, 1 point, but not for Casper with the hammer, just 1 point for Team Colli here. Was a good chance for the American team to score deuce here.
it was not easy, but the main thing is that you don't lose the shooter, that you make sure you score one, which is good then.
Yeah, we see that the teams are still discussing about the ice surface. It's still their first try for the both of teams. You know, some struggles with the curl probably. Like we saw two mistakes basically by the American team with their takeouts. Not perfect enough.
It's a good start for Team Colli.
Yeah, it's nice, maybe a little unexpected start for Team Colli as the end was evolving.
At the beginning of the end, they were in good position until the US guys made a good double, and then all of a sudden the situation changed to good to the US guys, and you see one not so good stone changes the whole end. Now they don't want to have any rocks in play in front of the house that the US can hide. So they play in rings, and Team Casper would play corner guards in front of the house. And then, yeah, so you see different strategies. For sure, if you have hammer, then you try to open the middle, and you play to the side, and the opponent.
Wow, three
Oh yeah,
sweepers here, something that you
wow.
normally don't see in men's curling for sure. They were trying to get this rock over the hog line. Unfortunately, did not happen.
Just
So
somewhere in field of play, it's good. So, yeah. But this can't happen.
looks like a good moment to me to just represent the team lineups here. So we have Fabio Ribotta as at lead position for the Italian team, delivering his second rock. Should be a tight guard just to cover the rock in the forefoot. But it looks like a slight mistake here as well. I think they wanted to put up a guard, right, just to cover the rock. It's just still.
No, no, I think they
You
wanted
think
to play
they played in?
in the
Okay.
wings, yeah.
Yeah, anyways, the American team will still try to throw up a corner guard with the second attempt of Aiden Oldenburg, a lead for Team US.
So probably some people will think it doesn't matter. So the rock was not in play, but they gonna miss this shot here because now they have only one guard and they
Yep.
wanna have maybe two guards, and this makes a huge difference. And now Colli, now he goes probably in front of the house, just half a meter far, and cover the two shot rocks.
Francesco De Zanna on your screen, throwing his first rock of the second end. This one should be a guard. This one has to cover two rocks they have in the forefoot. Yeah, they're just trying to maximize, the value of that mistake of the American team. Just, load the center line as much as possible, even though this one probably is a little too tight.
Now they try to open up and maybe get another rock
Yeah.
out of play. If it's good, then he makes a double and maybe he stays in front of the house, which is then a good position.
Yeah, it didn't really matter if the rock was touching the circles or not, because the free guard zone was not in play anymore. But still, when you put your third rock that close, it gives the opponent like a clearer view of those doubles, triples, the ones that we just saw executed by American team. Even though he didn't roll away from the center line, it's still a good rock, like it's still a good position to use it in the future, maybe for a run back.
So Team Colli, they probably play a guard and make sure that they go for a steal then. Another one.
Francesco De Zanna in the hack. Yeah, unfortunately, we did not hear the players talking, but we can guess what their thoughts are. Oh, it's really curling. Yeah, from what I've heard so far about speaking of ice conditions, the ice is really good here. Like speed wise, the curl, everything. Like players are pretty happy with what they face. It's just a matter of ice reading, of course. Like as soon as you get adapted to the ice, as soon as you read it and understand how it works, how the rocks are curling, basically, the more advantage you have, obviously, over your opponent. And we've seen those, like in the first stand, was a good example of how it can cause you trouble if you still have some issues with the ice reading and cannot really manage it well yet.
So in this case,
It was a good shot.
yeah, it was a good shot, but if Team Colli would have played the guard, then this situation wouldn't happen here. Yeah? But
Still a good
later on,
shot. Yeah, still a
later
good
on,
shot by.
you know better.
It was Ben Richardson who made this takeout, rolled to the side, opened up the middle, and now they have like the double corner guard. Giacomo Colli, skip of the team, throwing third rocks. And we have Alberto Ziza in the house, holding the broom for him.
Now Luke Violet is trying to make a double.
Yeah, another attempt just to get rid of the rock in the forefoot, and a very successful one. Nice shot, really. So no red rocks in play anymore. Really good shot.
I'm looking forward what they're trying to do now. The hit makes no sense, I think. So if you come around and then you force maybe the US for getting 1 point, this is a good plan then. Forcing that they have to make it.
Yeah, it's like
Not score.
going behind a corner guard probably is not a very typical thing to do when you are playing without last rock, but in this situation, I totally agree. With three corner guards over there, it seems like the only option left. You just have to be really careful on, again, stone positioning, and you cannot really go behind the tee line. You cannot leave it open, because otherwise the opponent can just, make a hidden roll or freeze his own rock onto yours.
Looks good.
Yeah, this one should be a real
Nice weight.
team shot. Judgment
Yeah.
is crucial.
Perfect in front of T line. And it's hard to become shut off.
Yeah.
Only with a corner face, and that's a very tough shot. So Casper has an idea to get more rocks in play. But this is probably a not predictable shot. Let's see.
Yeah, as like we said, we don't really hear the players, but from the gestures and signs, I think they're trying something with like lightweight takeout, just to push the yellow rocks around a little bit. Maybe the best case scenario would be to end up with two yellows in the house. I guess this is the idea somehow. Yeah, something like this. A little bit unlucky with this yellow one.
Now Team Colli is splitting the house, but they have no chance for getting both rocks out of play.
Yeah, Giacomo is pretty.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he knows what he want to do.
And this is a good chance for him for Caesar trying to draw. Not a takeout, a draw, then you try to get into the rings, and then you can improve your draw beat.
So it'll be Alberto Ziza throwing the last rocks for Team Colli. Something that happens quite a lot. I see it a lot in the teams that it doesn't have to be the skip to throw fourth rocks.
So they were scared that they missed the draw, and they can split something, and now we see you roll out and
Yeah, on this one you kind of have to stay. They were too cautious, maybe. They could have been a little more aggressive. It's always
yeah.
a matter of the draw weight. Like either you have it, or if you're in doubt. Since that rock, I think, was biting the 12-foot
Maybe,
circle,
yeah,
so
maybe. But if
in
you
this
split
case,
the house and
yeah, you just don't want
play
to
with
risk too much.
height, same position, and then
Maybe they were just, a little worried of leaving
Yeah.
an angle for a double.
yeah,
So also an option. It's just, yeah, too bad they didn't keep up the shooter. The shooter is the rock with which you're actually making the shot. And so we've got Daniel Casper preparing for his first rock of this second end. Yeah, they tried to roll behind the corner guards, but eventually it just hit and stay. Wide open.
now they're trying the roll behind cover, which is not an easy shot, but if they make it, then Casper has to make one, what he doesn't like. So you always, when you have hammer, last rock, and you try to score 2 stones. And one is not the maximum. Sometimes yes it is when you have to save the end, and then you must make one, and then it's good. When you're in trouble, when the others are in a good position, then you must make the one.
So final shot for Alberto Ziza here. Really trying to roll this one behind cover and trying to force the opponent, but no, it's another hit and stay, just on the nose. So I guess Daniel Casper will just throw some peel weight and blank the end. At least that's the idea.
And blank end means that the US will have last drop in the next end.
So is it gonna be blank? Yeah, looks like it. So that means Team US is keeping the hammer for end number 3.
And number 3, Team Colli tries to put something in the middle on the center line. So if Casper touches the rock center line, then it must go back into position was it where it was before.
Yeah, this is called the no tick shot rule, introduced not so long ago by the World Curling Federation in an attempt just to make this game a little more interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard actually the opinion that I don't know, some curlers really talk about this to, introduce something like no tick zone so that you cannot take also the corner guards, because lots of curlers say that actually it's a simpler shot. Like to make a tick of the center guard is easier. Sorry, it's more difficult than to make the tick off the corner guard, because with the corner guard you just go with more or less hack weight, just touch it anywhere high on a high side, and it's okay. Like you kick it into the house, or it has lots of distance, where it can go, lots of room.
Yeah, so they changed the rules because there were, I remember one World Championship was 2-1 after 10 ends, and so the judge was tired and they said that I'm sitting here outside for 2.5 hours and the score is 2-1. And after the rule changed, so more interesting games and in between the ice is much better, so you can play more aggressive, you can draw around, let's say, the guards, what maybe was not possible years ago when we had not such a knowledge about the blowing ice. And in between the ice conditions are so fantastic, and here in Canberra it's like playing World Championships. It's fantastic, and it's enjoyment for all the athletes on the ice, and they really love it. And it's so fast and it goes so much that you even in the race when you are at 8 foot you can go around, and this makes the sport so interesting.
Yeah, for curling, ice conditions are crucial. So when they're really good,
It was a nice
really
shot.
yeah, really good teams can excel and really show what they're capable of. So yeah, I totally agree.
So this was a nice takeout.
Yeah, it was a great takeout, great roll.
Takeout and roll behind cover.
Francesco
So
De Zanna.
that means in the US they must play soft, and they're trying to just to move it a little bit the shot and roll over behind cover. Or now they save the takeout, so they go behind cover and wait for something happening in the middle. Maybe then they open up the guard and maybe then they score for because now if they go behind cover, Italy will not open up the corner guard probably.
Yeah, Team US is just trying to really use their corner guard now. Otherwise, the chance might not be there anymore to do it. I mean, if you put a corner guard, you should use it somehow. So, and I agree, this is the right moment because yeah, the hit and roll was perfect by Francesco De Zanna, but the fact that the shooter actually stayed in the 10-foot zone, it's not very close to the center of the house, so it's not that dangerous as it could have been. But you still have to keep your eye on the center line and beware. Yeah.
But yeah, so they made a good shot, the US, but so Giacomo Colli is trying to get this second shot out of play. That means he has to play soft, and now they're sweeping and they get it, so they go behind cover again.
Great sweeping from Alberto Ziza. This is what putting pressure on your broom looks like.
But they are in such a good shape. The sweepers is unreal. Their muscles are steel muscles, I would say. And they're well trained. Yeah. So you can with small curve when you sweep, like say in this case from the left hand side.
Yeah, just favoring the curl, yeah.
This is high end curling then, when you're able to make the rod more curl.
Yeah, I know there are different theories on this one. I know some teams are not carving, like they're not using this technique, sweeping technique to favor the curl and to make the curls, the stones curl more. Like Team Dean, for example, like
They don't do
Team
it.
Joel, Retornas, they're not really carving, so they're just sweeping the inner side of the trajectory of the rock,
Yep.
but not turning the broom the other way, you know.
It's a different philosophy by Team Being, but for example. Now this was a rock way too short, and he would have freeze with shot rock, and now he's short, and this gives him a real problem because now Colli probably will play a guard that the US cannot get to the shot rock.
I think they're playing the third rock in to the house just to make sure they cover the spot for the Cameroon, for the American team.
I like this shot. If he makes it like
I
that,
think they're being a little more aggressive here. Yeah, because it's really, you have to be there first, just like top 4, top 6.
yeah,
Make sure you put your rock there, and it's not the opponent. Looks a little heavy to me.
should have cut a little more.
Yeah, it's a little heavy as well, unfortunately. So there's still room for the yellow rock to get into it. I don't know if Daniel Casper want to play a takeout here just to clear up the 4-foot zone. Probably like backline weight.
Yeah, if he plays a freeze, then he cannot score more than one, probably.
Yeah, look, Violet is trying to like go with a heavy draw, I would say,
Yeah,
just to make sure he just sits.
shot rock.
Yeah,
Good
short
angle.
rock and just a little tap is okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Yeah, really good.
I think you could play a heavy takeout.
Just to pick it out.
Just pick it out. Yeah. But then the US has a possibility to freeze the shot or make a good shot rod before T line, and then maybe they score more too.
I just saw Fabio Ribotta and Francesco De Zana looking at the TV screen that is like on the other side of the glass where the public is, just to see how the rocks are positioned, because being like, what, 40 meters away, you don't always see the exact stone positioning, and you sometimes millimeters count. So it's important that all 4 players understand what is happening. And
He picks it out.
yeah, exactly like you said. Yeah, good shot for Giacomo Colli.
Shot rock.
Yeah, but there's still room for another freeze, I guess. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, look, Violet is will.
Just draw in front of T line. Nicely covered. And the ice allows it. So you can draw around it like you see. It's an 8-foot byre and you can draw around it, which is not a big thing. But yeah, it's important to make the shot. Maybe a little much ice or play them wide.
Yeah, the weight is okay. It's just it didn't curl enough.
Maybe you stick it out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the Italian team have a chance for a tap, like just to tap the yellow one back and just sit on top of it.
Yeah, but this is never an easy shot.
Oh no.
This is, you see the angle if you get right to it, and then maybe a little heavy, and then you just get it back to your own shot, which is the worst that can happen in this moment. And maybe he wants to try it to get it to the right hand side out.
Alberto Ziza preparing for his attempt to tap this yellow rock back a little bit and leave the shooter in the 4-foot zone. Yeah, like we mentioned before, Alberto is the vice skip, but throwing last rocks for Team Colli, something that, just team decided is more comfortable for everybody. It gets off some pressure from the skipper, who is leading the game, and
Very nice shot. Perfect weight. Perfect weight.
there's no double, right? A curl just enough.
So now he must change his strategy. Now he must turn from the right hand side. Yeah, it was a very nice shot. He just tapped it back, and from this perspective, they would say, I would say, they play hard, maybe trying the double takedown, and then the rock will probably get stuck at the other way.
Yeah, as a reminder, Team Casper desperately need to score here. Like they were hoping to get a deuce. It still can be a skips deuce actually if both Casper's rocks are successful, let's say. But it's getting a little more complicated because the center line is super loaded. One side is completely closed and cut off. So yeah, they're trying to use now the right hand side to get around those rocks along the center line. It looks like over curling, right? They're touching the red one for sure. Oh no, they did not.
Right, you see?
Oh wow.
Now Italy has to play. I think Colli has to play a really good shot. If not, then Casper has
Wow.
a
That was
chance
close.
for two. Yeah,
That
it
was
was really close.
Yeah.
I think it touched the red one.
Actually, they just took off the camera, the right angle for us to see that moment. But yeah, it was, to me, it looked like it was gonna touch, but apparently it was just enough to pet, even if it did.
It was well swept.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
swept.
Applause to the sweepers here.
It's not only the player who makes a shot; it's the whole team then. And this is so important that everybody has to has success. So the man in the rings, he calls it, and the speakers, they do the job, and for sure the thrower, he does as good as possible he can. But then he gives it to the teammates. So like now, he plays his rock, and now it's the sweepers and the man in the rings that he calls it. It's they call the line the weight, or the weight, and let's say Giacomo Colli.
Ah, this one definitely touched the red rock, as you can see. Unfortunate for the Italian team. Yeah, I think it's wide open. It's just a matter of the weight, like to choose the right weight to roll inside. Or actually, they could still. No, they have to move it. It's still a shot rock, even though it's open. Yeah,
Need a little roll this side.
yeah, you see some frustration on the faces of the Italian players because the weight was there.
Yeah,
It's
the weight
just
was there.
unfortunately
Yeah,
the
yeah.
line. Yeah, despite all the sweeping, they could not really save this one. But it's still a short rock, yeah. Like Daniel Casper still has to execute his last rock to secure the skips deuce and the third end.
It's very good. So gets a little roll inside.
And that is a good shot. And those are 2 points for Team US finally on the board. It's been 3 ends they were trying to chase those 2 points. Yeah,
Sometimes you have to be patient, you know. Sometimes you cannot force to make two. Yeah, so
I
be
agree.
patient or wait for the chances. Get your rocks in play, in position, and then you get your chances.
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more. Curling is all about patience. You really have to wait for your moment and then execute.
And now they're talking what's happening and making a plan for the next end. Okay, everybody knows what's going on in the next end, so they don't have to talk about it. Now they know, everybody knows what's the plan for the next end.
Yeah, it's very important, especially for the junior curlers, just to understand the value of this team talks in between ends, just, to set up, like to reset actually your mind for the new period of time, new end actually to be played. So, of course, you have a game plan normally, but you gotta have an end plan for sure, like you said. And it's important, like we mentioned before, that all four players on the ice really understand the value of every shot, why and when exactly is happening. So it's important the communication basically is there between the players.
Like now we've seen them talking, and sometimes I let's say I do not really know what the skip means. Then I don't play the stone until I know 100% that's what he wants to do, what he wants to have. I didn't know what he wanted to have. This happened.
But then go and ask, just double check, make sure. So here we have some classic setup. For both actually pretty aggressive. We see a center guard from the American team. And right after you see a corner guard put there by Fabio Ribotta. Obviously, one team, US team, is trying to load the center line and just to make sure they at least force the opponent just to 1 point. In the best case scenario, they can hope for a steal. And the Italian team is obviously trying to, go all in here just to get some aggressive play. They're just down 1, but it would be great for them to score a couple of points here in this fourth end. Yeah, you see, like, two teams are almost playing like independently here, you know? Yeah, but it's all have strategic value, folks. So this Italian team with Fabio Ribotta, Francesco De Zanna, Alberto Zisa, and their skip Giacomo Colli are coached by Diana Gaspari, and they, like on a national level, regional level in Italy, they represent Cortina d'Ampezzo curling club. And I think we can fairly say they would be like men's team number 2 after Joel Bertone's team. They had some appearances on the international stage as well. Giacomo, I think, by the way, he was the alternate for Team Retorners at the World Championship like this last season. Uh, yeah, if we go through their record, they almost always ended up like with the silver medal of the Italian national championship after Team Joel Returners, obviously. Francesco De Zanna played in mixed doubles with Stefano Constantini a year ago at the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship. And with Giulia Zardini Lacinelli, they played in the same discipline, mixed doubles discipline, at the World University Games last season. Yeah, Francesco De Zanna also represented Italy alongside Stefano Gilli, Andrea Gilli, and Francesco Vigliani at the World Junior Curling Championship 2024, where they ended up with a silver medal.
Yeah, they had a tremendous week in Tristan, and yeah, so they lost only the final then against China.
I'm
China.
not sure.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, as we mentioned, that Team Colli are probably team number 2. Like, speaking of men's teams in Italy right now at the moment. Same goes for Team Casper, actually. They lost their final last season, the U.S. Men's National Curling Championship final, to Team Corey Dropkin. And they also had some international appearances, almost with the same lineup, actually. They got the silver medal at the World University Games in 2023. Yeah, they actually played on home soil in New York. And they had a couple of appearances in the Grand Slam of curling. Actually, they started from Tier 2 in 2023 with the Tour Challenge, won it, and qualified themselves for the Canadian Open 2024.
Yeah, you see that they're all young guys on the ice, and they try to have the same level. In the old days, there was always an old skip where the younger learned from, and now it changed. Yeah, so the old are out, and now the youngs are on the ice together.
You know that for sure, Wolfie. Speaking of the last World Junior Curling Championship in Cortina d'Ampezzo, the one you managed to win with the boys you were coaching. So you know definitely what you're talking about here. So back to the game here. We just see the U.S. team is eliminating Red Rocks from play. Unfortunately, lost the shooter on their last one. That means the Italian team has a chance for a deuce if they keep their shooter. Giacomo Colli.
No, it should be easy to make 2 rocks now in this end for Team Colli because it's open. You cannot hide. Or yeah, even when they go around the yellow one in the middle, you can get it,
Yeah, it looks.
which is easy then.
Yeah, it looks pretty real
Yeah.
at this point.
Now he's trying to hit the red rock and get behind cover and hoping for a rollout from Team Colli.
So Luke Violet is hoping for a big roll here. Behind cover. Almost. Still open though. Yeah, I would say Italian team are pretty happy to keep their shooter open again, just not overcomplicate the situation. Because I think if they somehow roll themselves behind the center guard, they might risk a freeze here
Yeah,
from the
maybe
American team.
or they want to just get behind cover and then they roll over, and maybe this gives the US guys a opportunity, possibility for making a double takeout. But if
Oh, yeah.
they keep the rocks on this side, uh, the US will not have a chance for a double takeout. You see, they stick here, so nothing will go wrong for them. But
Always a chance though for the
they want
US
to roll
team.
over now
Yeah.
behind cover.
But the roll has to be really perfect because, like, we saw in previous hands, it really curls here. So if you leave like even a quarter of a rock, third or a half of a rock,
That's enough,
it's so chaseable here.
Yeah. So for US, it's important to hit and stay and not roll out. This is good. Team Colli will try the same. Maybe a little roll inside.
Well, yeah, at this point of time, you could probably risk it, and
Yeah.
also because the rock is
long.
higher. Like, even if you roll behind, you would have what, like, still 6 feet of ice open
Oh yeah.
for your second
Long
draw.
way out to roll out.
Just if you want to, heat up a little bit and maybe risk it, try to accumulate 3.
Yeah. It's not a huge risk. But if the US will have a chance, for example, they roll a bit inside, but he rolls inside, maybe then he has space to come around. And this is a dangerous situation for Colli. But if they have it here on this side, then they
Oh, this one
probably
looks
will
out
not.
wide. Actually, I hope he's not
No,
jamming.
no.
Oh, that is
Oh,
unfortunate.
That is bad. Yeah. But it's happening. And now, what are they doing? Yeah, probably they hit it that Team Colli must maybe score or play for Peel.
Yeah, you kind of have a dilemma here. Like, okay, you hit the red one, and for sure, deuce is gone, even the possibility of it. But on the other side, you have those guards, and you're probably somewhere, like, you're thinking, maybe I can, just try and go and come around that one. But like we said before, you have to be really, really precise on your draw here, because if you leave a rock a little bit open, you will always be risking the deuce.
It's always, is it worth the risk?
Oh yeah, risk
And
reward.
reward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do we have to or not? It's always the question. It's on the
Oh,
guard.
this one is on the
No, no,
guard.
no, no.
Oh,
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 oh, oh,
oh.
oh, 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 oh,
Wow.
oh, oh. But you see, they haven't tried. They didn't play on this side, so it's never played outside.
Yeah, that's
And this is
the danger of going with the down weight. Always like something like light take out. You go out in the wing, and yeah, the ice is a little different.
yeah. So they played outside 12 foot, what they haven't done before. So it's the first rock on this spot, and you do not know the ice.
Yeah, the solution could be like a peel weight or something like
Yeah,
a
make
normal
sure.
weight
Yeah,
take
make
out,
sure.
just to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you
Get
have to
it.
get rid of
Yeah.
it, and that's it.
Oh, this is a gift.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas gift, really.
But you see, those kind of fails even have happens to really good curlers. No,
Yeah, it looks perfect to me.
no, T-line, perfect.
So it's 3 on the board for Team Colli, an unexpected gift from the American team. And there you go.
Yeah, it was not good, but it's not the end of the world. They're down by 2, a few ends to go, so they make the deuce and maybe go for a steal, and then they're even. So, but if you looked at the team, they were quiet. They were not shouting or making trouble. So everybody was okay with this.
That's probably because we don't have mics on the players and we don't hear. No,
Well,
you're
you can
right,
see
you're
the
right. I was
body
just joking,
language
sorry
that,
guys.
that they're good, and so this happened. This happens, but you must be patient then afterwards and go back to work. Yeah? Okay, it's now we have a new chance, a new end gives new chances. A bad rock from the opponent maybe offers you maybe a chance, and so you have to be there and not suffering what happened badly. Now let's go back to work.
Yeah, it's still 4 ends to play, so half of the game ahead. And yeah, you're just down by what, 2 points? Nothing really happened. Like still, you gotta be trying just to create something. Even if you just get your deuce back, 4-4. There you go. Yeah, it's the importance of the momentum here. How the team that made a mistake should not really go down because of it, and on the other side, like on the other hand, the other team, how they can maximize and try to get, most of this moment to get on a roll.
Yeah, it's up to them to defend the 2 stones ahead and be still concentrated, you know. say, okay, we scored three, and maybe you're not so concentrated in the next end, and you get your three back. And now it's important to keep the concentration high, which is not easy because you always play 8 ends, and even with the last rock, you must know how much ice you gave for the shot, and this is probably the shot for the win or for the loss. You must be always concentrated.
Yeah, especially like going back to that situation when they chipped the guard and just promoted it into the house. You have to consider also the color of that guard. Like, you cannot be narrow. You can be a little wide. Like, if you just flash, okay, you missed the rock, but at least you given up two, and that's kind of okay for you. But if you're tight on the line, or if I don't know, the release is soft or whatever can cause this huge curl, and you're chipping off the guard, you should be aware of how much risk is in there. Like, the whole team should be aware of this, obviously.
Yep. It's sometimes so even the athletes, some are professionals and they do nothing than curling, but sometimes you come out and you're tight or narrow, and then you must know where to put the rock. Yeah, you must feel the line and everything, and then you know, okay, I'm far out and I must stick it next to the broom that I can finish the rock properly, that I make the shot, even when the line is not good.
That was a really good shot by Francesco De Zanna. Very similar to what the Americans were searching for in the end before. He even rolled behind the corner a little bit.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was the rock really well managed.
Now you must touch the red one. It must be there. Perfect stone.
Overcurled? No.
No, just take the shot.
Yeah, it looks good from here. Yeah, unfortunately we don't have this like overview from above just to see the exact stone positioning, but still from looks yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, I see just behind the glass there's Jordan Moulton, the coach of the American team. I know her like since so long. Like, we played the World Junior Curling Championships together in 2006, 2007. That was like, almost 20 years ago. Hard to believe. But always great to see your fellow curlers all around the world.
Yeah, it's so many people, and sometimes you don't see for 20 years or so, and you see the people, and it's just like yesterday. So the friendship we have to play against, and you appreciate the friendship and the people. That's fantastic.
So we see the American team are trying to replace the guard, the corner guard, to keep the cover of their rock there. They're not going into the center yet, even though they will have to do that move sooner or later. But for now, they're just covering up.
Yeah, Team Colli doesn't like the guard on this place, so you want to get rid of it. Maybe have a free shot to the yellow later on. This was a good shot, the yellow one, because you must hit it right from the right hand side, and then probably you take your own off. It means all of a sudden the house is empty with one shot. They will probably play another guard. No, they don't. Now they go to the shot rock. Interesting.
Yeah, just like a meter short. Yeah, they really wanted to get that one frozen on the red rock.
I like the call. Go around and put another rock in the red zone. Perfect.
Yeah, because if you start to like chase those yellow rocks, you'll be somehow losing the red ones, and probably it would leave a chance for an easy two to the American team. So yeah, just you know, leave things like they are, and just try to get around it yourself. Just put another rock there in the forefoot.
That gives much pressure to the ace guards.
Oh no,
This one,
I think he's like yeah, he's trying to nose hit, just to sit
yeah.
right on the nose. Great call, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, also an option. Yeah, here you
This is
just
also this is point of philosophy what you're having.
yeah, again, it's the risk reward situation.
Yeah.
Either you risk for something more, but yeah, they're pretty comfortable with the scoreboard, so they probably just decided, you know what, uh, there's no easy shot because it looks kind of easy just to hit on the nose, but you really have to be careful not rolling, 5 centimeters here, 10 centimeters there, and leaving something for your opponent. So this was actually a really well executed takeout, controlled weight, and good judgment.
This is for sure a point uh, that you do. Let's say you play a takeout, which is good, but you have to know where the shooter goes. And that means the stone control. Where does the shooter go and where do I want it? Okay, I want to have a result in the rings in the house, but I want to know where the shooter goes. This looks nice. He goes over a little bit. Now comes a nose hit. Maybe.
Yeah, he kind of look Violet kind of unlocked the whole situation with the frozen rocks, like the one just close to the other one, and yeah, now you just have to you have to hit, of course.
Oh,
If you're lucky, you can even make a double with the other yellow that is just now back
perfect.
what
Yeah.
back 10, back
And
11.
it's perfect. Then you're sitting free and
Yeah, but you really gotta be careful not leaving a triple here because the rocks will be still very close up together. You might leave an angle for a double for sure, but you can't allow a triple here. So again, rock positioning is crucial.
perfect.
Yeah,
There's no triple.
yeah, it looks like there is no triple at least.
Perfect.
No, no,
There's no.
no, I don't think so. No, even though again we don't have that overlook. overview, but there is the double, obviously.
Double and
Yeah,
doubles, and then
yeah, but I think
then
they have to.
yeah,
They kind of have to go
it's
for
a
it.
dangerous situation.
Yeah, even with the double, then what? The American team will be sitting three yellows, and there will be just one red in the house.
Lose the shooter, then you're in trouble maybe. Like say a nose hit just a little bit lower, then they have the tap, and then Colli must come around, coming shot rock.
So Daniel and Casper. Oh, they're trying to curl it. Um, Not exactly what they were hoping for. Lost the shooter, did not make the double, and what now? Both, yeah, both red rocks are shot rocks.
Yep.
So
Nothing can go wrong now for Team Colli. So they can set up a position, just a bite to the foot, nicely behind cover. Then US, they were having a problem.
yeah, top four looks good.
Better than the other yellow one, it's nice.
Yeah, the line looks okay. Did they manage? Yeah, they managed just to put the third one in a really good spot. It's
Great sweeping.
great sweeping. It's a really good spot that is half open and not fully buried. That means in case Casper is successful in rolling behind all this, Alberto might still have a chance to like to make a short run with the rock he just put in there.
He cannot roll over the, let's say, he's behind this yellow, then to turn his angle to get it out. But if it's right behind the center line rock, he gets it there, then it's probably not possible to get it out.
Yeah, great shot by the American skipper, and it's just it was the last rock of the end. We were just we just don't want this to end. Yeah, it was a good last rock from Daniel Casper. Nice weight control. Yeah, a little roll just to secure 1 point for the American team, and now it's 4-3. Still, Team Colli leading in this game, and we're heading into the sixth and So, and number 6, Team Casper is putting a center guard, obviously. They have no hammer in this end. And you see Giacomo Colli is just going right around it. He doesn't need a corner guard here. He's already leading, so the only thing that he's focused on at the moment is not, is not to allow the steal. Like, you cannot afford your opponent to steal from you in this sixth end. Now you're really trying to manage the scoreboard, how they say in curling, play the scoreboard. So you know, end number 6 is crucial, and you want to keep your leading position for sure. So there you go. We see a second center guard, not a perfect one though. Could have been a little higher and a little closer to the center line, but still, it's the second guard from the American team. That, in theory, could have been ticked, but here we have another strategy chosen by Giacomo Colli. He's just throwing another one around just straight away. Fabio Ribotta. And his exceptional draw weight. Another one in.
Perfect shot, in cover, 40 line. Casper now is looking for chances. So Colli will open up the yellows. And Casper tries to put rocks in play and wait for something.
Yeah, Ben Richardson is just trying to freeze on the red rock, the one that is a little closer to the tee line. A little tap is allowed, but here the line, the weight of course, but also the line is crucial. You gotta stay covered. So, okay. So now the 5-hour rule is gone. It's the rock number 6 in this end, and that means you can start getting rid of the guards. So this is what Francesco Tazzani is doing. Could be a double, but it's just one guard off. Luckily for Casper, their own rock is covered now, so he can actually try to, tap the red ones a little bit. Like, it's always a question of when you go into the house. Like, do you throw another guard and wait, or you just go now when you have a chance? Because there is always a risk that if you put the second guard, they can just make a double, and then you will be left with no guards at all.
Decisions, and sometimes they work for you and sometimes they don't. But as I said, you have to wait for the chances. You just see the picture, you paint a picture like this. So sometimes you need a little bit of luck that the rock will not roll out or stays at the nose. And these are situations you can create. Colli was sitting 2, and then they go around a little short, but afterwards, situation. All of a sudden, there's a situation. The angles are good, like now. Now they tap it a little bit back, and this is a good situation.
Yeah, the only thing that they actually leave an easy double here with those yellow rocks, just one sitting on top of the other. The angle is already there, so you have to hit it, 3/4, and you're okay?
Yep.
Yeah, probably with the second shot of the second, meaning the second player, it was a little too early, in my opinion. You could have waited a little bit. But yeah, like I said, it's always a matter of like a preference of choice and of like end plan after all.
Now, this is important shot. If he makes it, he makes a double takeout, and he rolls over to the side. And this would be perfect.
Wow. Yeah, he chipped
The garden.
a little bit, but still actually hit the yellow in the house, even though one of them, as you can see, remained in the 4-foot circle. Oh, here we have a replay for you, in case you missed it.
Thanks, Martin. The shot makes sense. Freezing. Freezing the yellow.
Yeah, so again, there was a little discussion on what to do exactly with this Look Violet's rock. So that was like, what, hack weight? But yeah, not backline, more or less hack weight tap, but unfortunately the angle, like the point of contact was not correct. Had to curl more, just sit on the red one. Even though, I don't think double is there. It's not, right? Yeah, it'll be jamming.
He wants to play an outfit.
Yeah, after all, not that horrible situation for Team Casper.
Good position for Colli, as he has the last drop. Good position. He makes a note hit.
Yeah, good shot. Very accurate.
So Casper, he has not a good position because even when he rolls in, then Team Colli will have a double takeout. Luke's father, who played against him in Garmisch-Partenkirchen in 1992.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was representing the US and I was playing for Germany.
Oh, now the curling family here.
Luke and I, we met in Krasnoyarsk,
Haha, nice.
the World Junior Championships.
Yeah, curling, like being the family thing, is so typical of our sport.
Very often you see the names coming back in younger faces.
Yeah, like we often say in curling, it's great that we have it in like curling tradition, but it'll be great, even greater, if we manage somehow to to bring even more people from other areas and from other families, from other sports. After all, some people that the relatives or parents of which never actually played the sport themselves.
Like Alberto's father, Ale, he was playing for Italy, and see the kids coming on the ice and then they stay, and now Alberto is
You mean Alessandro Zisa?
yeah,
Yeah.
and Alberto he's
And here we have Giacomo Colli executing his first rock, right? No, second, sorry. Second shot, actually. We really need to get this roll. Yeah, good one. Really good judgment and good choice of weight for takeouts, both of them. For Giacomo, the one that just sticked on the nose, and this hidden roll is just amazing.
Perfect judge. Executed.
Yeah, the key is always to just differentiate the weight of the takeouts, like in the right moment, choosing the right one, especially on those control weights where you can actually somehow influence the rock with sweeping.
But this is a thing of confidence.
Oh yeah, I agree.
When
I agree.
if I'm sure I make a shot, and I can split, and then I can play slow, and then I make the shot. But sometimes when people get nervous, like say with the club players, they miss the shots because all of a sudden they play heavy takeouts instead of smooth ones. And this is the difference to, like say, the athletes use so here. So they play soft takeouts and they're not scared of making the shot. So for sure they miss it, but they're not scared.
Yeah, the thing you're talking about, like going with a little weight up, especially throwing takeouts, but actually draw weights as well, is a very junior mistake. When they're losing a little bit of their confidence, or like you said, they're getting nervous. The one of the most typical mistakes is going like up with the weight,
Yeah.
whatever shot they're making. Yeah.
And sometimes if they have, let's say, a chance for a draw, they're looking for a hit instead of a draw. That's typical juniors style. So, yeah. This is not an easy shot here
Oh yeah.
because if you have to hit the red one first and then get the other out, and this may give you. But I think it will be a jam.
Yeah, they're hoping for a drag effect here, the so-called drag effect, when the rocks are so close to each other that hitting the higher one in the right place, it actually drags along with the one that is lower. So in this case, the red one will probably not probably, for sure, it will drag the yellow one to the right-hand side. And we've seen like Giacomo was a little, like passing with his broom on the edge just to maybe to get some frost out, whatever. Ah, too thin though. Well, it's great shot though. Great shot. Still, yeah. Even though the yellow remained in the house, it doesn't really matter because all three red rocks are closer to the center. Oh yeah.
Did you see this?
Well, they were hoping for this for sure, but I guess they were discussing of hitting a little more. So they were thinking it's gonna jam somehow a little bit, but still like roll off to the right. But hitting it so thin, it really demonstrates how the drag effect is working. Again, great thing to watch for juniors, just to understand the physics of curling.
And now what they're trying to do, what do you think? I think he goes
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the red.
yeah. The situation is not nice for the American team. So, like, a shot under pressure here for Daniel Casper. You, yeah, you really gotta be frozen on that one. Otherwise, it could be game over here.
It's not long. It's short.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
So this is the shot you must hear.
Yeah.
Click.
Well, huge chance here for Tim Colli. What? You think it's gonna be handshakes if it's 4? Yeah, probably. Alberto Ziza trying to put a huge, big full stop in this match. Probably not even in the sand. If the fourth rock is in the 8-foot circle, we think this is the game over. And yes, it is. So congrats to Team Colli on their first win.
Well played.
It's, yeah, really a well played game, and good luck to both the teams. That was Katerina Galkina and Wolfie Burba with you this afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow then.
Yep.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We need to take a picture. Put on the Martin. We need to take a picture. You need to have a happy face, even though things are not going great. I want this picture. O maybe, o maybe. Ma ti posso chiedere di fare una foto di noi tre, per favore? Magari con la